Right, hello, welcome everyone to the Queer Spiritualist Service. This is a super spontaneous idea and an attempt to, do what I can to support the spiritual aspects and to kind of do my work in this community and to kind of fulfill a role that I think is kind of often missing and is probably misrepresented by most of the spiritual things that we have in society, a role that maybe church doesn't really fill, although there will be some Christian elements here, and I will talk about why we are reclaiming Christian elements in a spiritual context here. And we're coming together because of the attacks yesterday at the Berlin Pride, and also to unite in intention and in prayer and just opening up a room for healing, soothing, stability to just come together as a community to reactivate spirituality as a resource that can help you and that can help me and everyone who wants to use spirituality as a resource. If you're that kind of person and you know this is something that helps you, then I hope this can be a small cornerstone. Please, I want you to consider to donate to CSD, Christopher Street Day, Berlin, so that we can have more protest and another Pride in Berlin happening next year again, because we see how needed it is these days. And with these things happening, we need to be out there, and it needs to happen. Right, so please do consider this. You will find it down there in the description, the link to donate, and everything that you can give is well appreciated. I think it helps to keep this going and to align with the cause. So this is going to be focused on different communal prayers. I will share very quickly how I was at the Pride yesterday and what happened for us and how it was for us, and then we'll go into some invocations, some hymns, Orphic hymns, and also some other prayers and invocations to opening up this energetic room. And I'll just invite you to be here, be present, and take from this whatever it is that you want and need at this point in time. If you just want to sit in the power, feel the energy, align with intentions, contemplate, be mindful, whatever that is that you might need. Feel free to speak up, right? If you want to share things, there will be a moment open for that. You can put it in the chat if you feel like you want to share something with the group. If you want to put intentions out there to unite us all in the cause to strengthen human rights, LGBTQI plus rights, and to signal out there that we are many and they are few, and that we're doing our very best to just be, to exist, and to have the rights that everyone else should have, right? And that we are loud and that we are proud and that we are here. So let me start with just very quickly tell you how lucky we are and we were as a group yesterday at the parade, and it was a very, very nice and lovely day, and it was really beautiful, and I enjoyed all of it until that point when we, thank goodness, heard through unofficial communication, because someone in our group, their friend was working as a volunteer near Brandenburger Gate, Brandenburger Tor, and near the stage, and there were happenings there and there were attacks there, and it was very confusing, everything, and they just said, leave now, get into safety and be safe. And and we did it pretty much before anyone else in that area realized or knew what was going on, which, you know, you always have to think about the other thing of, if is there like a mass hysteria or a mass panic of people just leaving, which is also dangerous, right? It's not just the immediate danger from the attack itself, but also if there's like, yeah, when the whole place is evacuated and everyone is going into mass panic, you know, that's as dangerous when there are like millions of people, right? So I consider myself and our group very, very lucky and divinely protected that we got this information pretty early on, and we managed to leave very, very safely and in a very, you know, to just organize ourselves to order and to just leave the space there. And we were all still in shock, you know, but we were all good, we were all safe. And I do consider this also part of working with Hermes as a constant guide on being out and about, being in the city, traveling, getting home safely, and all of that. So I want to start first of all with the Orphic hymn to Hermes, and thanking Hermes for all of this, because he is taking care of transitioning between the spaces. He's taking care of all that is happening in terms of travel, getting from one place to another, and discourse in general, and communication, and timely communication, and information that was very, very helpful and well appreciated. So I will start with the German Orphic hymn to Hermes, but just the first part, because that's the part that I'm currently working on, giving a melody to, and working with Hermes in Gnosis and in prayer to work on that melody, because I just think Orphic hymns, they're supposed to be sung, right? I just think that makes so much more sense. So we are connecting with Hermes, and then I'm going into the English complete Orphic hymn to Hermes, and invoking his presence, and thanking with gratitude to all the people he helped with immediate access to the information, to be safe, to get into safety quickly, and also for the communication, the official communication for evacuation, for the police and all of that, so that we can all appreciate how much needed this aspect is, and how, even if we always say, oh, we're social media and all of that, and it's so toxic, you know, but in this case, this is what helps us to connect, to get the information when we need it, to get the news so quickly in this day and age, which is marvelous, and really gives people safety and more peace of mind and certainty in that moment. So this is to Hermes. Höre mich, Bote des Zeus, Hermes der Maya Sohn, allbezwingenden Mutes mächtig, Walter des Streites, der Menschengebieter, scharfsinniger, schillernd von List, geleitender Argos-Töter, Freund der Menschen im Flügelschuh. Hermes, draw near, and to my prayer incline, Angel of Jove and my Son divine, studious of contest, ruler of mankind, with heart almighty and a prudent mind, celestial messenger of very skill, whose powerful arts could watchful Argus kill. With winged feet as thine through air to course, Carusian, blessed prophet of discourse, great life supporter too, rejoices thine, in night's gymnastic and in fraud divine, dire weapon of the tongue, which men revere, be present, Hermes, and thy suppliant here. We thank Hermes for the swift communication, for moving about quickly, allowing for evacuation and safety for everyone else in the moments of doubt, uncertainty, and fear. Thank you for guiding us, protecting us, and we ask you to keep giving us peace of mind, to keep helping us to organize ourselves through your various means of communication, to unite in our intention, in our journey, in our will and strength, to protect this community, to protect the rights of so many, and to bring peace of mind. Thank you. This was echoing in my mind. The melodies, the English melody you heard is from another creator. I will put the link also in the description where you can find the original, where they composed this melody. And like I said, the German one is one that I'm working on right now to give the German rhythm a melody to be sung, to honor Hermes in that way. Because it's just so much more powerful to work with music and melody in that way with the hymns. And we are staying with Hermes in our thoughts to also look towards a different kind of Hermes, and that is the Hermes that is there for Hermes Chthonios. So the Hermes of the underworld, the Hermes that travels between the worlds, the psychopomp who helps the souls and between the worlds and after death. And I just think it's appropriate, considering from my information that I have now, the one person who died during the attack, to grant them safety and the passage. So in the spiritualist tradition of allowing them safe passageway during the transition between lives. So this is a prayer to Hermes Chthonios for their soul. And please join me in your thoughts and in a heartfelt prayer of contemplation for them. Hermes Chthonios, guide of the silent path, we call to you. Walker between the worlds, who safely leads souls to the realm of Persephone. Guard her spirit as we honor those who have passed on. Clear the crossroads. Grant her kin and us comfort in times of grief, and shine your gentle light into the dark places of her journey. Be her guide, kind-hearted messenger, and protect her steps. Thank you. I have taken out and prepared a prayer to the two holy martyrs, Sergius and Bacchus, who are two Christian martyrs. And let me quickly speak about how we are reclaiming Christianity in spiritual contexts and in queer contexts as magical practitioners, and why I think that is important and why that should be done. I heard in one conversation, also in our group, the rightly criticism and the frustration with the Christian Church, and for that matter, any monotheist and organized religion that is bringing separation, that is bringing hate, that is giving people a foundation and a justification in their mind to go against queer people. And again, during this Pride Month and also during this time in the summer, continuous work in the comment sections, pointing out to religious fundamentalists and bigots the way that they recite scripture and verses of the Bible and spread misinformation and mistranslations and just simply hate and narrow-mindedness under the pretense of being religious and loving people in his name, in Yeshua's name, and not even understanding the concept of love thy neighbor, right? So I think this is important, and I do see the criticism, and I know the church has done so many bad things, but I don't think this is a reason for us in magical and spiritual contexts to exclude Christianity. You know, during my seances, there is some heavy Christian context happening. There is Hildegard from Bingen, there's Yeshua, there are Christian prayers, prayer formulas, working with the Bible, and all of this. And I think it's important that we, as queer practitioners, and that we use those, that we do not shy away from them, and that we reclaim them, that we bring them into our contexts and use them for good, use them for to spread love, use them to spread kindness, to advocate for human rights, right? And we can only do this, I think, by recontextualizing them, by reclaiming them, and not by shying away from them, and letting those narrow-minded bigots and religious fundamentalists use these powerful ancient formulas and patterns to spread hate. I just think that's the wrong way to go about it. And if you're living in the Western society, then it is deeply ingrained in your upbringing, in your culture. The Judeo-Christian faith is just there. You know, you cannot ignore it. And if we turn away from this simply because other people misuse it, then we cannot expect to use that kind of power and to work effectively in this spiritual ecosystem that is just drenched with Christian symbolism, iconography, and energetic patterns, and that is just loaded and charged. All these prayers are prayed every day in this minute by millions of people all around the world. The power that is behind that, the energy that is behind that. And also, even if you look at it from a psychological view, right, this is also deeply ingrained inside of you, right? So if you want to work with some kind of psychological efficiency, and if for you your spiritual practice is nothing more than giving psychological and emotional comfort and stability, and this is great, right? This is like even if it's only that, that is awesome, because then that's what I think spirituality should be, a resource that gives stability, that helps you in your daily life. Then I think we would be working at a severe disadvantage if we were to ignore what we were brought up with, and the patterns of Christianity that are in and of themselves, I think, to be used in a neutral way and can be used for good. And there is a lot of shadow work happening with that as well, especially if you were burned by Christianity, if you were traumatized by religion, any religion for that matter. I encourage you to turn towards it again in your way and find your peace with it, and to use it as the powerful tool that it is. So that being said, let's reclaim that. And it was only recently that the two martyrs, Sergius and Bacchus, kind of approached me in daily life through synchronicities, through just being like showing up in my practice, and kind of like with other members of the spirit team, saying let's work together. I think we should explore this. And I'm still in the process of this, so I cannot claim any kind of proficiency or experience really with them yet. But I just feel that there is this connection, and usually I like to wait with that before bringing that into the public. But I just think it's just too much of an important matter to keep that behind locked doors. So that being said, here is a prayer to Sergius and Bacchus, to soldiers in the 4th century Roman Empire, to early Christians who were hunted down, tortured, and also refused to speak up against others and also themselves. And there are some historical pointers, and especially energetically, it holds true that they were very, very close to each other. The Greek term escapes me right now, but there is some reason to believe that they were a couple, had a very, very close bond, and maybe even went through an early Christian version of a same-sex, not marriage, but a ceremony to bless their connection and their relationship, and their devoted trust and love and respect and for each other. So here's that prayer to the holy martyrs, Sergius and Bacchus. Holy martyrs Sergius and Bacchus, inescapable companions in faith and in life, you cast aside the earthly glory of the Roman army to follow the imperishable love of Christ. Neither humiliation, nor chains, nor torture could break your sacred bond and your devotion to God and to one another. You shine in the heavenly light as witnesses that true love is born of God. You were stripped of your military garments, clothed in women's attire, to be mocked and paraded through the streets, yet your souls remain pure, proud, and unbroken. We praise your courage, your steadfastness, and your holy bond of brotherhood. We pray to you this day. Look down with mercy upon your queer siblings worldwide, who still experience exclusion, hatred, and violence. Grant courage where fear rules, Selah. Grant comfort where hearts are broken, Selah. Grant protection to all same-sex couples and all the others, the queer, the ones in between, and the searching souls. Intercede before the merciful God, that he may open the hearts of rulers and church leaders and of all the people around them, so that justice, equality, and genuine love may triumph. May all love that is lived in truth and respect be recognized as a reflection of divine love. Holy Sergius and Bacchus, strengthen our spirits so that we may stand proud and upright for our dignity, just as you stood before the emperors. Guided by your holy prayers, we glorify the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, now and ever, and unto ages of ages. In nomine Dei Patri, in nomine Dei Materi, in nomine Dei Sapientiae. In the name of the Father, in the name of the Mother, in the name of wisdom. Amen. Now let's open up the room for intentions, whether you know them consciously or not, to fill your hearts and minds, maybe visions that present themselves to you, and to just send those out together, to find it within your heart what you think is important in your own words, even beyond words, feelings, something that will alter the way that you walk through life, divinely protected and still with the mission to spread this message, to bring love, equality, and justice. And while these thoughts and feelings form within you and around you, maybe consciously, maybe unconsciously, without the need to being able to express them, but knowing and trusting that deeply within you, there is this knowing. There is this spark that allows you to see differently, to act differently, allows your life to be guided, changed and shifted in ways that makes you see things in different ways, that allows life itself to be an initiation into a change and transformation that is for the harm of none and for the good of all. And with the next deep breath in, and you hold it, and you breathe out, this breath can just allow yourself to notice all of these changes now or maybe later on to take place, to solidify, to manifest in just the right way, for you to know what you can do to advance this cause, for the rights of your community, of your fellow humans, to spread love and to bring justice, to bring equality. And with that in your hearts, and maybe even in the forefronts of your minds, if it is conscious, it doesn't have to be. Some of these thoughts are strongest when they are unconscious, when you are fighting, advocating, and doing activist work on an energetic level, on an emotional level, without even knowing that you're doing it. Because then it will seep into your thoughts, into your feelings, into your daily actions that will then turn out to actually make a difference, because it's those small moments of courage. It's those small moments of standing up in the right moment, of saying the right thing in the right moment, to advocate for these very important things, to stand up, to show yourselves to be proud, to stand in for the rights of others that are not heard. And so with that in your heart, let us go to our second to last Orphic hymn, now to Aphrodite, to Lady Venus, just right there, the Venus of Willendorf, but also in her manifestation of Mama Berlin, especially for Berlin. I have her in my heart to bring forward what is needed in terms of resources, connections, and divine guidance, also locally in Berlin. But this is to Aphrodite and Mama Berlin. Heavenly, illustrious, laughter-loving queen, sea-born, night-loving, of an awful mien, crafty from whom necessity first came, producing nightly all-connecting dame. 'Tis thine the world with harmony to bind, 'tis thine to prompt the love-infused mind, source of the sexes, goddess of mankind, in whom the triple fates are all combined, all things deriving from thy power divine, which the high heavens and fertile earth confine, and the deep seas, whose billows, rolling wide, by thee are moved and managed by thy tide. All ruling power, whom various rites command, of Bacchus, suitor, and of joy the friend, the marriage pleased, the lover of the night, in whom the secret bonds of love delight. Invisible and visible to sight, whose presence is with holy joy replete, whose grace produces everything that's sweet. With nymphs and graces and the banks of Nile, of Cyprus or the fair Egyptian isle, where the Syrian plains in beauty smile, whether in cars of gold you love to ride, or o'er the ocean's glassy bosom glide, or by the side of the Coan stream recline, where sea-born virgins celebrate thy shrine. Or if in plains or mountains you delight, where your sweet mystics celebrate the rite and night. Come, blessed goddess, to my prayer incline, for all thy looks are holy and divine. Come with a countenance serenely bright, and bless thy mystics with a holy light. So that beauty may prevail. Beauty beyond surface beauty. Beauty in unexpected forms. The beauty of true consensual, deep love, regardless of gender, religion, country of origin. Okay, thank you. I will now just open up energetic space. I will invite you to just sit in the power, to breathe with me, to fill the space up with positive thoughts, good ideas, and just a heart-filled space. So we'll just take a few moments to sit in the power, to invite our spirit team, and to bring all of the energy that we've accumulated just by being here, by giving attention and time. Thank you so much if you do, towards this, and to send it to where it's needed. And although this is a spiritualist service, I do invite you to also not just focus on the spiritual and etheric side of it, but also to focus on what can be done in the real world, in Malkut, in the manifest matter. So please do consider to donate to Christopher Street Day, Berlin. I'll put the link down there. Everything that you can give is very much appreciated, I'm sure, and helps that we can continue to do this protest. The worst thing that can happen is now that they say, oh look, it's just too dangerous, or the safety measures become way too expensive, and we have to cut down in the way that we protest and show how needed this is to stand up for our rights. So please do consider to donate to them, to help them to make this happen, and also to help everything that all the harm that's been caused. I think that is the best place to donate to. So please do that. Let us sit in the power, let's breathe. I will just lead some breathing. We'll just do very quickly and send all of the energy up there, and then we will close with an invocation to Ma'at, the divine principle of balance, the Egyptian goddess of balance. And yeah. Take a deep breath in. Hold it and breathe it out. Breathe in. Hold it and breathe out. Take a deep breath in. Hold it and breathe it out. And if you find yourself from all of this in a space where you notice mental exhaustion, emotional anxiety, we just do something very quickly to stimulate the vagus nerve. We're doing a sharp double breathe in. I'll show you and then we'll do it together. It's like this. And then a bit more. And then hold it. And then just let it breathe out. To just facilitate relaxation. If you do need help, please consider turning towards professional counseling, professional help. If you have a therapist, speak to them. If you have good friends, speak to them. You're always free to DM me if there are any problems, if you want to speak about something, if you need a soundboard, if you need support, and I will support you with however I can, and will also make sure that you will get the help, the professional help that you will need, and that is accessible to you and local to you and best suited for the issues that you have. So let's do this double in breath and then another breath in to just activate the vagus nerve and go into relaxation. We're breathing in 3, 2, 1, double in breath. And one more. And hold. And as you breathe out, just allow your body to relax, go loose and limb. Allow relaxation to spread throughout your body. And just allow your body to find the right rhythm of breath, the right rhythm that is needed right now. Trust your body that it knows what is best at this point in time. And just allow your thoughts and all the accumulated energy that we have brought together here, just send it out there to just the right causes, to just the right people who need our support energetically, to the right situations, to manifest synchronicities that bring justice, that bring equality, that help those working and fighting at the forefront of activism, that give healing in all timelines, in the past, present and future, healing past traumas and wounds, healing future trauma and wounds, and having them in our hearts and minds. By the power of the light, Lumiere, we entreat thee to align us to the best decisions that will make us successful, protected, and aligned in our intentions in all areas of our lives. Do so by the honor of Adonai Yahweh Shaddai Ekai Elohim Sabaoth Yorevavi Sabaoth Yorevavi Loavaras Elohim Gibor Yorevavi Elohim Yashari. Spirit is giving me a song in my mind. They sometimes do that. I call it like the playlist from heaven. I think it's very, very suitable at this point. So I don't have the music right now. It's quite spontaneous, but I'm not really warmed up. But they gave that through, so I will just channel it with feeling and just give it a voice. Give that song that came in my mind a voice. To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, and to run where the brave dare not go, to fight, to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. Alright, thank you so much. I hope that you will share this with other people, that you will bring it across. Hello, we have a late joiner. You will bring it across, and please share this with other people who need to see this, who you think it can help and support. I know this is not for everyone. I know not everyone is into that kind of spiritual service and work, but I just hope those who are have benefited from it. And we'll just end by asking for the help and support of Mart. The help and support of Mart, who is beyond human concepts of what's right and what's true and what's just, and really the divine idea and concept of bringing balance and trusting that there will be balance, which is not keeping us from fighting, it is not keeping us from being proactive, but we are giving this and doing that in the power and in the thoughts and in the trust that Mart is that principle, the divine ordering and balancing principle that is beyond human prejudice, beyond human narrow-mindedness and what we deem true and right, but focusing on a higher goal, focusing on a higher concept from way up above, that things will find balance. And that's what we're working towards, and that's all what we're doing with our activism, working with Mart. And you may think about these things as I do that last invocation and power it in. This is interactive, this is a two-way street energetically, so please be with me. O thou great goddess Mart, beloved daughter of the sun, thou of the beautiful face who sees the heart and measures what is right and true, thou changeless lady of heaven who preserves order and banishes chaos, thou Queen of earth, who keeps all in balance and equilibrium. By the desire of my heart and the words of my mouth, I call upon you. When Ra spoke the first word, you had already been created, thou great gift of God, given to those whom he wishes. Thou pervadest the whole of creation, immanent in all things, binding them together in an indestructible and harmonious unity. Thou true witness, who hears prayers, heed my call and be present here with me. Thou who governs the works of piety and religion, see that my intentions are pure and that my spirit is humble before thee. Thou guardian of the threshold and preparer of the way for the enterer, thou reconciler between light and darkness, may I walk in thy truth and in thy ways of righteousness all the days of my life. Make my heart as light as the shoe, feather on thy scales. O thou Lady of the Hall of Judgment, weigh my heart aright and allow me to enter into the kingdom of Osiris. On the day of judgment may I be Ma Keru, true of voice, righteous and justified. Open the gate of Heka and preserve me as I stand before the eternal gods. Thank you very much. I hope you are safe. Please consider donating and share this with whoever needs it. Thank you so much for being here, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.